Welcome to the Creative Playing Podcast Network. Join us as we share our favorite RPGs, one-shot games, tabletop games, reviews of items, and convention panels, and other exciting things that we run into from time to time. Sit back and enjoy the show.
Hi, this is Kelly, aka Trixie from Ragnarok and Roll, a Scion to Ragnarok story, and Tilda Wimblewick from D&D Journey of the 5th Edition. First off, I would just like to say thank you to everyone for listening to our varied adventures, as well as for rating us on iTunes and RPGpodcast.com. If you haven't rated us yet, we would greatly appreciate it if you could. And if you're looking for more ways to support our efforts, we are now on Patreon, a great site where you can help us continue making more podcasts, as well as some special surprises for our patrons. If you can, please look us up at www.patreon.com/cppn. Every little bit helps. And again, thank you for listening.
Hey guys, Jim and Kelly here from Creative Playing Podcast Network with hashtag RPGaDAY2020. We are at August the 5th. Prepare to pay tribute.
Yeah. Tribute was a little difficult for me. Again, I think literally, but it did recall the, back when we were doing, Journey of the 5th Edition, the green dragon that almost killed the entire party because, certain folk hero decided to just open fire. But there was all those cultists hanging around. What was the name of the thing? Thunder Tree? The demolished village of Thunder Tree. And there were these cultists trying to ingratiate themselves with the green dragon. And they kept bringing it presents and stuff. But it was like, whatever. Until, of course, then Tilda.
Tilda and the Salted Elf.
Yeah, and then the tribute she gave to save her, still hurts.
More importantly is the years of servitude. That's the important part.
Hey, I now have to give that 218 gold pieces every friggin' month. Do you know how hard it was for me to gather that much gold? Oh,
now that's a dragon tribute.
Exactly. Damn dragon.
Hey, a green dragon especially loves to enslave and manipulate people and corrupt them. So the mere fact that you guys were all willing to join his little, retainer circle, and more importantly, give him cold, hard coin, that was a good way of just not murdering you all because, you were stupid flesh and blood, mortals.
It was the only thing I had to give.
Just wait till Tilda brings honey biscuits to the dragon. So for me, I'm going to go actually completely literal with the word tribute, as in paying tribute to your players in showering the player characters in accolades, praise, and commendation. So one thing in a lot of fantasy games, especially, we realize players usually want cold hard cash as a reward.
Yeah, things cost.
But, from a very, let's speak historically, royal/cheap titles and accolades and rewards and festivals are also equally powerful to reward, especially in games like 5th edition, where you could easily say okay, if Duke so-and-so threw a party for us and everybody saw how great we looked at the party, do I have advantage with the merchants? Or do I have advantage with the local watch to get away with shenanigans? Because, hey, if a duke threw me a party, that's saying something that you're in the upper crust of society. Or you could even say, hey, I'm adventurer Sir So-and-so, knighted and titled by the king for slaying that dragon. I'm coming to see Duchess so-and-so. Can the guard let me in her castle? Because I'm an honored guest. So there's more than one way to reward your players aside from just cold hard coin and cash. I mean, think about it. If you're playing in a modern day world, there's the city police can give your character an accommodation for not slaying the monster that was kidnapping orphans, but in fact discovering a child slavery ring, and saving a bunch of children. Or the newspaper prints a really good article about your characters. And because of that article, you guys can cash in on that fame and accolades, I like how you just go, You're like, nope, I want the money.
No, yeah. I'm like, yeah, I kind of prefer the money. Or actually, I've had where I remember that one time when Sister Solace was in, and that's Solace, not soulless. There was the one guy who was the cult of the one of the evil elemental cults.
Cult of the elemental evil.
And so, yeah. So instead of, killing him, she made him basically go for redemption. And he had to pay tribute to the altar of the, the universal altar, like the all faiths altar. He had to pay tribute to that, and he had to work to redeem himself. So we weren't just gonna, I didn't just kill him outright. I'm like, no, if you're truly apologetic, you're gonna pay tribute to this town and the spirit of this all faith temple, and you're going to work for that redemption.
Yeah, I mean, that's honestly, historically speaking, tribute is a thing that was used all through history of, okay, we vanquished you, you're beaten, we're moving on to the next place, but you're paying taxes in the form of a tribute. Just think of it along the lines of churches demanding tribute of different religions and faiths.
Well, that's a tithing.
Well, it's the same thing, just different name.
Same thing, just, yeah.
A name that makes it sound classier.
It's more prestigious.
When think of the English king when he'd send his tax collectors to come collect tribute, or taxes as we now know them.
Tithing, yeah.
So tribute is a thing that can be used in a lot of inventive ways. You could even have the players demand, okay, I'm not going to slay the beast, as long as it pays tribute, I mean, heck, dragons have been demanding, virgin tribute for how long? Just saying.
Yeah, bad dragons.
Well, good dragons can do it too. If Sean Connery can do it, any dragon can get away with it.
He did not. Okay. That was Bowen. That was Dennis Quaid's character, and he even said in the it's like, where did you get that?
All I'm gonna say was the girl put up for tribute?
Yeah, that's because
did he fly away with the girl?
Now we're really digressing. Yes, he
took
did.
The tribute. Doesn't mean he has to eat them. He just has to take them. Then it becomes a totally different story where he takes the tribute, raises them as a group of warrior women, and then they come back and take over the kingdom. Or he trains them all in draconic bard school and then sends them back as spies. See, these are story threads that you can create if you have the vision to think of using tribute. And you're willing to make change from the very beginning.
Oh, yeah, that was nice. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 all in that one statement.
Maybe the dragon takes them off to a forest and they become a couple and live in the shade, except when they venture out into the light because they want to stack a message of rest.
Okay, you're getting ahead of yourself.
Are you saying that's a good time to wrap it up there?
Yes,
okay.
I am.
So we'll go ahead and pay tribute to the rest of the week by wrapping it up there and saying thanks for listening, guys.
Thank you for listening to the Creative Play and Podcast Network. And feel free to enjoy our other shows, such as D&D Journey of the 5th Edition and Scion Ragnarok and Roll, a Scion Hero to Ragnarok story. Thank you for listening.